Grace Otinwa. You're welcome, ma'am. The man in charge of structures on the University of Lagos. He is not retired, he is not tired. Another man that is working so hard to make sure that we have beautiful structures in Unilag, making sure that everything is going on well. My brother, Engineer Akinwande. You're welcome, sir. I'd like to recognize the presence of all council members here seated, all deans here seated. You're welcome. The First Lady of Unilag, Mrs. Ogundipe, you're welcome. I recognize your presence. Mrs. Oluwaseun Ogundipe, you're welcome. The team from Women's Society, I recognize your presence. All professors, all the lecturers here seated, students, multimedia, members of the press, you all are welcome. At this juncture, we'd like us to rise for the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and immediately after that, we'll take the university anthem. Shall we rise, please? Multimedia, over to you. We now take Unilag anthem. Thank you. Multimedia. More like it. You may be seated. Thank you. Immediately after the anthem of the University of Lagos, I heard the voice say, greatest Akokite. Some of our guests here seated who did not finish from Unilag, they found it difficult to say great. I don't know why that is so. This is the University of First Choice and the nation's pride. 3 days ago, I was at the embassy, and they asked me, US to be precise, and they asked me, where are you from? I said, I'm from Unilag. They said, come back on Wednesday for your visa. I was at the Canadian embassy 2 weeks ago for my visa. They said to me, you are from Unilag. Oh, fantastic. Where? I said, Unilag Radio. Oh, come back in 3 days from your visa. If I had mentioned IFE, if I had mentioned UI, If I'd mentioned Caleb, if I'd mentioned any other university, I'm sure I will be denied visa. One of the reasons why I will always love my parents is because they sent me to Unilag in 2004. There are cockeyes in the house. If you know you're excited to be part of history, if you know you're happy to be here to celebrate 60 years after, greatest are cockeyes. Greatest are cockeyes. Greatest of the greatest of the greatest. More like it. Can we put our hands together? Come on. Beautiful, beautiful. More like it, more like it. We have a short documentary for you, The Beginning. We'll be back after the message.
In May 1959, the Commission on Post-School Certificate and Higher Education was set up by the colonial government in response to the long yearnings of dissatisfied Nigerian higher education. While the University College, Ibadan, established in 1948, was the first star in the incipient university firmament, it was soon clear that if the new independent nation that was about to be born was to have a good start and be well administered after independence, more universities would be needed. This commission got its sobriquet, Ashby Commission, from the name of its chairman, Sir Eric Ashby. The report of the committee, titled Investment in Education, and the subsequent white paper represented a landmark in the trajectory of the university education in Nigeria. The Ashby Commission made an eloquent case for the establishment of new universities to serve the yearnings of the people and meet the manpower needs of the emergent nation. The committee recommended that the University of Lagos be established in 1962 to offer, amongst other things, day and evening courses leading to degrees in commerce, business administration, economics, and higher management studies at postgraduate level. In accepting these recommendations, the federal government made some modifications. The University of Lagos would have a medical school utilizing existing medical institutions for training in clinical medicine. 2. A faculty of law, which the government hoped should satisfy the needs of Nigeria for many years to come, thereby obviating the duplication of facilities for legal education in other Nigerian universities. And 3. Special departments must be created for the study of economics and commercial subjects, together with the acquisition of professional qualification in banking, insurance, accounting, and business administration. And thus, the Act establishing the University of Lagos. In April 1962, the University of Lagos Act was passed by the Federal Parliament. The Act provided thus: Act to constitute a university for Lagos, to make provision for sundry councils thereof, and to confer upon them certain duties and powers, and to provide for matters ancillary thereto or connected therewith. Whereas it is desirable and in public interest that a university be established in the federal territory to provide courses of instruction and learning in diverse faculties, and whereas it is expedient and necessary to make provision for a constitution for the university and to establish certain councils for the university as bodies corporate empowered to institute courses of instruction and learning, and under the general direction of the appropriate minister for them to be charged with the control and superintendence of the property and policy of the university. Be it therefore enacted by the legislature of the Federation of Nigeria in this present parliament assembled and by the authority of the same as follows. 1. There shall be in the federal territory a university to be known as the University of Lagos, in this act referred to as the University, to provide courses of instruction and learning in the faculties of art, law, medicine, science, education, commerce and business administration, engineering, and other faculties which may from time to time be approved under this act. 2. Until the passing of an Act of Parliament giving effect to any recommendation under this Act for the Constitution for the University, the provisions of this Act shall have effect and apply to the University. And 3. The medical school in Lagos shall for all purposes be an autonomous unit of the University. The Provisional Council of the University was formally inaugurated on the 5th of June 1962 by the Federal Minister of Education, Honorable Aja Nwachukwu. On the 3rd of October 1962, 28 medical students commenced lectures and were soon followed by 46 students of the Faculty of Commerce and 26 law students who received their first lecture on the 22nd of October 1962. Having survived the crisis that engulfed and almost consumed the young institution, the university left its temporary abode at Idiaraba for its magnificent and more permanent home in Akoka. On the 16th of March 1967, the 1962 Act was replaced with the University of Lagos Decree, now Act of 1967, under which many aspects of the university were reorganized and new offices created. Notable is that the Act integrated the former medical school fully into the university as its College of Medicine, in the bid to resolve once and for all the intractable problem balancing the rights and powers of an autonomous medical school under an autonomous university. With that problem now history, we are here today, the 3rd of October 2022, to the Unilag at 60. One university under one council and one senate. We welcome you.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. I'm sure you all enjoy that documentary, right? Beautiful, isn't it? Okay, fantastic. I can assure you we will keep to time today because it's going to be a busy day. We have so many functions today. For those who are joining online as well, you're welcome. As we continue with the program, we will recognize you in due course. All those who are watching from different countries, we recognize you online. The next, we go to the goodwill message from our Chancellor, Dr. Abubakar Ibn Omar Garba Al-Hamain, the Sheikh of Bono. Can we put our hands together for the goodwill message from our Chancellor? Thank you.
I'm the current Chancellor of the University of Lagos since 2015 to date. Thank you very much. You are welcome. In fact, my congratulations to all of us, both the staff and the students, as well as the management, because this achievement is for all of us. Our university to attain 60 years as a university is a congratulation for all of us. And I'm also equally grateful that there has been a peace in the university. Law and order has been maintained. I'm grateful for that. And there has been a very cordial relationship between the management The staff and the students, I'm also equally grateful for that, because in other places we have been hearing problems here and there, but in this university there has been a peace and law and order has been maintained.
I'm sure multimedia is trying to work on it so we can have the video. Are you trying to load it? That's all. Okay, thank you. Can we put our hands together for our Chancellor, please? Moving on with the function today, I'm about to bring on board for the welcome address a man who's excited to be part of this university. He was in Unilag as a student, and now he is here as a pro-chancellor. Ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not too busy, let's welcome the vibrant, distinguished Senator Prince Olanrewaju Teju Osho. Keep clapping till it gets to our pro-chancellor deserves a standing ovation. Come on.
Please sit down. Thank you very much. Today is a great day. I thank the Vice Chancellor for you not noticing I came a bit late. He had to divert all of you to take pictures. And I wasn't late, but I was daydreaming because this is my main location as a university student. So instead of coming here, I was trying to locate my class. But thank God you took the pictures, so there's no need to apologize for coming late. But thank you very much. Our council members are present. The Unilag management, ably led by Professor Oluwatoyin Ogundipe, our incoming Vice Chancellor. Oh, sorry. Our Vice Chancellor that we regret is leaving. All the faculties, the deans, the directors, College of Medicine Management, ably led by our Provost, Professor Wale Uke. I won't forget the first set of this institution, ably represented by Professor Inyoda. I think it was in the set of the other side, on the mainland. And also we have Professor Maja Kudumi, which is unavoidably absent. I think she was in the first set, College of Medicine. She was, in fact, my lecturer. I have Professor Laide Abbas, the former Dean, Science, and Deputy Vice Chancellor. Ekabosa. We have the powerful Unilag Women's Society, ably represented by Mrs. Oluwaseun Ogundipe. A rousing applause for her, please. For standing fully behind our Vice Chancellor. We thank you very much. And we are going to miss you too. She's a very good neighbor. The staff and students of University of Lagos. Unfortunately, the strike is not making us celebrate appropriately, but we definitely will celebrate throughout the year with our students when they come back. As so allowing. Ladies and gentlemen, online and offline, and of course, the press, you are most welcome. How providential is it that I am privileged to be the Pro-Chancellor of this prestigious University of Lagos at this time that the institution clocks 60 years. My association with the Unilag education franchise began as a pupil of the University of Lagos Staff School in 1967. That was when the act was enacted. That was some 55 years ago, and the university was in its fledgling years. My father, Oba Dr. Adidakpo Teju-Osho, CON, the Oshile of Okeono-Egba, wanted the best possible start for me in life. So he enrolled me at Unilag Staff School. Upon completion of my elementary education there, I proceeded to Igbobi College, Lagos, in 1974 for my secondary education. I am almost certain that if the University of Lagos International School had been established then, it would have become my next port of call, because by 1981, I returned again to this great university to study medicine at the College of Medicine, University of Lagos. I keep on telling the Vice Chancellor that I'm a general in the council. But today, I want to tell him I'm the Field Marshal. because if you did your first degree alone, maybe I don't know whether you're going to be colonel or captain. And if it's your master's, you'll be, I don't know, we'll decide on that. But then, because you're Vice Chancellor, we'll upgrade you to general. So, I don't know how many generals are here today that went to Idiaraba and also to the mainland. I think I can see Professor Ogunshola. She's a co-general. I must note that I experienced the two campuses of the university, as I was both an Akokite and an Idiarabite, having spent my first year in Akoka. My association with the university did not end with my graduation from the MBBS program. I was back at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital for my house job, where I remained under the tutelage of some of the greatest icons of medical training in Nigeria, based at the CMUL. Why, you might ask, have I embarked on this personal journey into the past? It is to establish why I do not make light of the privilege of being able to return to the University of Lagos to give back through the office of the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the Governing Council of the University. The odds of the fortune, as I have known, are slim indeed, and I reckon it can only be divine. Thus, having had the opportunity of obtaining world-class education at all levels here at the University of Lagos, I consider it my burden duty to keep our flag of excellence flying very high. It is for this reason that the Governing Council under my leadership is avowed to the goal of one council for cooperation, creativity, and consolidation. That is 1C for 3 Cs. Today, we are gathered to salute the visionaries of the past who drove the establishment of this great citadel of learning and the icons of the higher education system, academia, and administrators who labored to lay the solid foundations on which now continue to build. I dare say we are here to build for the future. As you all know, the theme of this celebration is Unilag at 60, Eyes on the Future. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I also salute you and your entire team, all academic and non-academic staff of the University of Lagos. Indeed, I can attest to the passion and zeal with which you pursue the vision to uphold our great heritage as the nation's pride. To our great alumni and students, without whom we could not be a university, I doff my cap also. You chose us and still choose us, which has helped to earn the sobriquet, the University of First Choice. But it is not yet Uhuru. Surely our great university is not where it should be after 60 years of existence. Our concerted efforts at making our university one of the 100 global best continue to be severely challenged by various factors, internal and external to the institution. Indeed, we celebrate this 60th anniversary today with mixed feelings, as we note the sad fact that our academic staff have been on strike for more than 8 months. The non-academic staff were on strike for about 5 months. The consequent results being severe disruption in the academic calendar, which risks truncating the dreams and visions of many students and staff. We pray and trust that the issues at stake will be resolved soon by the parties, and we can fling the university gates open to our students to return. Fortunately, I understand that the 60th anniversary was always planned to be a year-long celebration. So we trust that the students will soon join us and pick up from where we are. It cannot be disputed that there's an urgent and critical need to improve the financial fortunes of our university, to be able to address our dire infrastructural challenges, amongst other things. If you look around you, whether here at Diaraba or Akoka or even Yaba, the iconic structures and beautiful environment of our great university in the 1960s and 70s till the mid-80s are now a shadow of themselves. Maintaining them as our heritage is a task we must take up with single-mindedness, even as we are challenged to add to this iconic structures of our time that will hold those to come. The burgeoning demand for higher education and the preference of many for our university imply urgent need for infrastructural expansion. Well-equipped classrooms, lecture theaters, laboratories and workshops, offices, student hostels, improved internet access and connectivity, and some of the capital projects that our dear university still needs to consolidate our position as a top institution of higher learning in Africa and indeed the world. Not to be left out is the need to adequately fund research and global scholarship. I am informed by the management that our aspiration for the near future is to transform into a research university and rank among the best global academic institutions, and this we will do by the grace of God. So, how do we go forward in our mission? I say, by giving and giving and giving. It is for this reason that the university is relaunching the 500 million endowment fund. Bossa, how much is that in Naira? They said you don't use calculator, so you tell me later. The 500 million endowment fund as the primary program of these 60th anniversary celebrations. I therefore call on all alumni, friends, partners, and all other stakeholders to join us in our quest to build towards Unilag at 100. Yes, 100. True, many of us here today will not likely be here then, but posterity will record and celebrate that we have done just as we are. And we are doing with respect to those who have built over the last 60 years. I must at this juncture recognize and commend the efforts of numerous individuals and corporate organizations towards the continued development of the University of Lagos. Evidence of your love for and large-heartedness towards Unilag dot our campuses and stand as testimonies to your support. Like Oliver Twist, however, Unilag wants more. I will leave the Vice-Chancellor to provide the details of endowment fund and how else benefactors may support our university. Let me assure you that the Governing Council, under my leadership, will do our best to bequeath a governance structure that is supportive of this mission and accountable to all. As we congregate for this 60th anniversary, with our eyes on the future, let us reminiscent, reconnect, and recalibrate our efforts to advance the vision of the founding fathers of Unilag. This is a very special week, special celebration, because this same week, by Friday night, by God's grace, we will be announcing, myself and the VC, will be announcing the new VC of this great institution. It is a very strategic week. We started yesterday with prayers, and we shall end with prayers. Thankful prayers to God Almighty by Friday night. VC, are you confirming? Thank you. The VC and I, we start in a room, and I accused him that they said you have a candidate. It was said, you two, they said you have a candidate. And we both agreed that it is God's candidate that will win. Many are the designs of the heart of men, but only God's will shall prevail. And I believe we started well because I introduced democracy to the process. Because when we went for our council meeting, they did not expect that I would bring ballot papers. And so VC's friends or my friends were not the ones that decided on the criteria or the shortlisting. So everybody picked their own ballot paper. And who became member was chosen by God. Who became chairman? Unfortunately, I picked the chairman one. So, but even then, I had to second the registrar to represent me because I didn't want to be involved. So that it will be transparent, and whoever becomes our vice chancellor will be God's choice. And so shall it be. So keep on praying for us this week. It's a very strategic week. And my choice, which is I'm a man, will not be the winner. It will be God's winner. And also vice chancellor or management. It is God's choice that will prevail. So please pray for us this week. And so shall it be in Jesus' name. God bless you all. God bless University of Lagos. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The Pro-Chancellor deserves a better applause, please. Wonderful, thank you, thank you. You may be seated. When the Pro-Chancellor was speaking, I had to take from his speech. He attended staff school, and after that, College of Medicine. So, Pro-Chancellor, we can say you are 180 instead of 360 at Cockite. All right, am I correct? 270. Oh, fantastic. Yes, fantastic. Awesome. And when the Pro-Chancellor was actually speaking as well, like 2-3 times he mentioned professor. Because I'm the MC today, and with the approval of the distinguished guest here seated, we may change your name, if it is approved, to Professor Senator Prince Olanrewaju Tejuosho. If you agree, can I see your hands up? If you do not agree, put your hands down. Aha. So shall it be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Moving on with the function, once again, I recognize the presence of all those who are watching all over the world. I was able to visit the multimedia stand, and I could see that people were watching from the States, from England, from Canada. Some people who are not here today watching from Lagos. We appreciate everybody. Please continue to spread the good news about the University of Lagos. Moving on, it is time for me to invite the 12th Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos. Distinguished guest, let's welcome Professor Oluwatoyin Temitayo Ogundipe. Can we give him an applause, please? Keep clapping till he gets to this podium, please. The 12th Vice Chancellor.
Let's be seated, please. I want to return all the glory to the Almighty God. This morning when I woke up, and God dropped it in my heart that today is a day of celebration for you, because what the enemies meant for evil, I turn it to be in your favor. And my attention was drawn to the tree concerning the work to be done here. And one of the fruits was about rebranding Unilag at 60, which I forgot that it was part of what I had there. So I want to say, God, I thank you. It will have been a revival program, if not for where I am now, but I still return all the glory to the Almighty God. Also, I return all the glory to the Almighty God that I'm working with a pro-chancellor like this. The only problem I have with him that I want to complain publicly, anything we say out inside, he will go and say it outside. So his case is like the case of husband and wife. The husband told his wife, don't let people know that we always eat beans in our household. So when the family of the husband came the following day, the wife said, what are we going to eat tonight? We are not going to eat beans like yesterday. Oh. I want to thank this, my brother, my friend, the Pro-Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Senator, Doctor, and there's a title that is natural, and that is Prince Olanrewaju Tejuosho. Thank you very much, sir. The management members are here, but let me recognize the council members that are here, especially the government representative council members. What we have Chief Adindu here, he's here. We have other people, Ovia Gardner, and also Dr. Ahmed, some of them joining us online. The internal people like Professor Odukoya is here, Professor Akimboye is here. And I think that's all for the members of council who are here. The management members, these are people that, honestly speaking, I've said it before, I'm saying it again. They have taken this job as a calling, not as a job, as a calling. All these things that you are seeing here, I'm confessing publicly. I don't know anything about it, though. Professor Senwa is the one that packaged everything. With our team, honestly speaking, when my wife, at least I can say this, so that my wife will know the truth, and the truth will set me free. When my wife asked me, what is the program about? I said, I don't know. The only thing is that I have been invited. Professor Senwa and our team package everything that we are seeing here. I want to celebrate you, ma. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Management Sciences Services, Lamu, I know Lamu's salary for this month. Anyway, your salary is not being paid because of strike. Said he will wear agbada native on Monday, and on Friday he will wear suit. Professor Obi Nachuku. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics and Research. She will tell you the way it is. I'm reporting her publicly too. Anytime Professor Obo comes into my office and look back, I know I'm in trouble. She's about to come and tell me something straight, just like Professor Ogunshola that time. When Professor Ogunshola, after saying all manner of things, I say, Sister Shade. When I say Sister Shade, she will now come and say, Fisi. So we'll now talk. So she handed over to Professor Bolaobo, who will tell me the way it is without minding whether you are VC or not, just to make sure that this management succeeds. The registrar, who is always looking for demurrage. Demurrage. Only that I don't know how much he has been able to get for Bossa. Oladejo Aziz Esquire. The Bossa, who is always looking after the money. We have one who is looking after the books. One looking after the money. Dr. Lekon Lawal. The one looking after the books in the library, that is Professor Yetunde Aziz. Yetunde Zaid. Sorry, I wanted to say, anyway, don't let me say it outside so that the Pro-Chancellor will not query me. Zaid, we welcome you. The other person, the Provost, who I'm surprised that he can still be bubbling like this, because on Saturday, we celebrated something in that family, and that is Professor David Oke, who is also a member of council. Then we have other members of management, that is Professor Mokwelola Olushakin, Director Academic Planning, Director Quality Assurance, Professor Grace Otinwa. We have my former Deputy Vice Chancellors here, and then we have Professor Duro Oni, who is the President of the Academy of Letters. I have Professor Folashade Ogunshola, FAS2, former Deputy Vice Chancellor, Development Services. There's somebody that in 1990 who employed 4 people for the Department of Biological Sciences. And one of them refused to come, not knowing that God prepared that space for me, because that was around the time I defended my PhD, March 15, 1990. And they needed somebody in the Department of Botany. The man now told Professor Okusonya, who happens to be the dean of the PG school, and he said, go and bring that man. And the man appeared into the Faculty of Science in April 1990. Appeared before this man, who was then looking ebullient, flamboyant, jovial, no dull moment around this man. And when he's walking along the corridor in that Faculty of Science, he will hold his jacket on his finger and be walking with Buga style. And that is Professor Laide Abbas, a fellow of the Academy of Science. He employed me in 1990. I want to thank you, sir. And when the Pro-Chancellor said, all right, you caused the problem, he said, a good problem. And there's another man that I met in the Chapel of Christ Our Light in 1990. Later went abroad for international assignment. I never knew that he was one of the first people that graduated from the University of Lagos. Very cool man, gentleman, fixed smiling face, and a solution provider. And that is Professor Inyoda. Professor Inyoda is here today as a testimony of the success of the University of Lagos. It's alive and it's a testimony. We will have requested that he just run us through his experience, but because of time, we cannot do that. I want to thank my wife, who is, our ambition in life is to be a doctor, so that when they are saying professor, they will not be saying Mrs., and that is Mrs. Oluwaseun Olubusola Ogundipe. The deans that are here, I celebrate every one of you. The directors that are here, I celebrate you. Members of the Women's Society, head of department, I celebrate every one of you. And all the staff members, it's a testimony today that we are witnessing the 68th anniversary of the University of Lagos. I want to thank ASU for giving us this opportunity to celebrate today. I want to thank SANU, NAT, and NASU. I want to thank our friends, the gentlemen of the press, for being here to celebrate with us. Every staff of the University of Lagos, all the students online, we appreciate you. 10 years ago, we were planning something like this. That was 2012. We have a very good plan for the 50th anniversary, a year of Jubilee. And I remember Professor Shofolue, ABS. That was the way Professor Abbas would always call him. Tokes, ABS. I won't say the other side of the story, so that I don't expose Professor Abbas earlier days. So we planned the 50th anniversary with everything about the lagoon front. Deacon Onosode was the chairman of council. Professor Duroni was in council. Came up with brilliant ideas, even concerning the lagoon front. Then came me, Professor Shufuluwe. I remember I was here that night when we were struggling to revive him. The man gave up the ghost and died. And that was the end of the 50th anniversary of the University of Lagos. I'm sure Professor Duroni, you remember. So when this one came up, 60th anniversary, with the ASU strike and all those things on, we thought, do we need to now postpone it again? And we decided there's need for us to break the jinx. And that is the reason why we are here together now. We never knew that this strike would be on. We just said that the celebration will be on for 1 year. And true to it, I want you to know that this celebration will be on for 1 year. Subsequently, all the faculties will come up with their own programs. Departments can come up with their own programs. The alumni have fixed their own program for this month. So everybody will be celebrating. When I was younger, my father always say something in Ijebu way, King Komanyu, let us be joyful and celebrate. So let's be joyful and celebrate University of Lagos. Because what we do at times is to compare University of Lagos with University of Cambridge, University of Oxford, Harvard University, MIT University. These are universities that have been in existence for over 500 years. We are just 60 years, and we pride ourselves as the university of first choice and the nation's pride. The journey so far concerning the University of Lagos has been up and down. Time of crisis, time of so many things coming in. When the university is supposed to be celebrated, we have crisis at that level. All this affected this university. But now, as a leader and a prophet in this land, I am decreeing that from now on, there will be peace in this land in the name of Jesus. No more war, no more battle. Nothing will disrupt the peace of this university again. You have seen the video clips about how the university started. I would have loved to see some of our old professors, but I'm sure subsequently in the evening at the exhibition, you will see some of our old professors, some of the students. Presently, what is our student population in University of Lagos? The student population is over 62,000. The academic staff population is over 1,500. The non-teaching staff, senior and junior, over 3,000. What is our ranking about? I said it during the interview I had. That 10 years ago, when Professor Shufuluwe, I'm sorry I'll be mentioning Professor Shufuluwe, many people know the reason that Professor Shufuluwe is the only person I call my Oga. Not that he was my Oga, my friend and my brother. Professor Shufuluwe said University of Lagos will be one of the 10 best universities in the country. At the retreat that we had then, Professor Duroni was there, and he was one of the people that came up with the 25-year strategic plan for the university. And I said, I look at the man, anytime he's saying University of Lagos, one of the best 10. Oh, look at where we are. Look at the environment. Look at what we have. I said, this man is joking. 10 best universities in Africa. I also remember him saying that University of Lagos will be one of the best 1,000 universities in the world. I look at him as a joker. I said, look, it's not possible. But I'm glad today that when you talk about the best 10 universities in Africa now, University of Lagos is listed. I'm also glad that today, when you talk about the best 1,000 universities in the world, University of Lagos is between 501 and 600. Our faculties are ranked now. Our Faculty of Social Sciences, Science, College of Medicine, they are ranked globally, apart from the university ranking. What is University of Lagos about? University of Lagos is about creating an atmosphere that is conducive for learning, that is conducive for us to maintain the university culture, and also that is conducive for research. And that is the reason why, if you look at University of Lagos, we who are in University of Lagos may not appreciate this. But one thing that I know is that people coming to University of Lagos, they always say one thing about University of Lagos. They always say, this university is peaceful. They always say this university is green. They always say this university has a future. And I want to say that I believe in this testimony that people are giving. Because in the past 4 or 5 years now, the university has been very peaceful. To the glory of God, no student disruption, no local strike, and the only one we have is national strike, which we cannot stop. But in terms of the environment, in terms of University of Lagos, we have not had any student unrest. We have not had any union going on strike. We have not had any disruption from within. I want to thank God for that. Also, the University of Lagos has been able to come up with programs that are relevant to the development of the country. That's why we have like the Unilag Business School. The Unilag Business School, they have started DBA program, and many people they are applying, and they are now even restricting the number of students that they want to bring into that program. We have other programs in other departments, like in the College of Medicine now, they are looking at the possibility of coming up with postgraduate programs that through it, they will be able to bring in more people into the College of Medicine, and also they will be able to compete with other universities outside the country. What have we been able to do? We have been able to build and to continue the tradition of excellence that this university was created for. And if you look at the motto, in deed and in truth, we stand by character, we stand by the truth. The University of Lagos now, we are bringing in technology into focus. And I will speak about that when I'm going to talk about our eyes on the future. Our students are doing well in the area of entrepreneurship. We have registered 64 companies for our students. And very soon, before the end of this management, we are going to register 2,000. We already have the support to register 2,000 companies for our students. Why are we doing this? We want our students to start running their businesses before they leave the university. This is being done in Harvard, in MIT. The question is, when you register 2,000 companies for the students, are you sure that the businesses will survive? You don't need to bother yourself about that. You don't look at the wind when you want to sow the seed. What you just need to do, sow the seed and keep on praying. Because I know that at the end of the day, if it is just 20% of those companies that survive at the end of the day, it goes a long way. So you are talking of about 200 companies that are surviving. And in the future, these companies, the owner of the companies, will look back to the University of Lagos to see what they can do to the university. What have we been able to do? We have also been able to contribute in the area of sports development and in other social spaces. You remember the Nuga Games that was held with the support of the council led by the Pro-Chancellor. You remember what we did? People came, they saw, and they said, this is the best Nuga Games. this is the best sports activities or festival in this country. We want to return all the glory to the Almighty God. When we started, we budgeted about 2 billion naira. But at the end of the day, with the support of the friends of the universities and other people, we did not spend not even up to 900,000 naira. And the Pro-Chancellor gave us 200 bed when we were short of bed for the athletes. He is a good alumnus of the University of Lagos. I can say it because he has a lot of passion, interest in moving the university forward. What have we been able to do? We have been able to expose our students to the area of innovation. Honestly speaking, if you know what our students are doing now, you will be happy that you are part of this university at a time like this. The Dean of the Student Affairs will give you information concerning that. The Director of the Entrepreneurship and Skill Development Center can also give us all the necessary information. In the last 3-4 months, despite the strike, we want to thank ASU for that, we have been running international programs. We have students that came from Sierra Leone, Senegal, and other West African countries for international program in our university, over about 200 students. Also, in the last 1 month, there was skill development program for some of our students, and over 3,000 registered online, but we can only accommodate over 1,000 that came for the program. We have had international conferences online, and next week we are going to have another international week. The international week started when Professor Ogunshola was the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Development Services. So we are going to have another one next week. We are expecting the university, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Dundee, and so many other Vice Chancellors are coming. And it's because of the visibility of the University of Lagos. It's because of the peace that we have in the University of Lagos. It's because of the product, the alumni of the University of Lagos, and it's about what they see happening in the University of Lagos. Now, let's talk about partnership and in the area of internationalization. Partnership, we have partnership with over 50 universities within and outside the country. Charity begins at home. We have collaboration with Borno State University. We have collaboration with another Yobe State University and some other universities within the country. We have collaboration with universities within Africa, and we are linked to African Research University Alliance. African Research University Alliance, ARUA, is only University of Lagos out of the 3 universities that are part of the ARUA that have 2 centers of excellence. Only University of Lagos. Only University of Lagos, we have 2 centers of excellence from World Bank. Not only that, presently, we have about 15 centers of excellence in University of Lagos that they have been able to attract research grants from within and outside the country, from TED Fund and other international funding agencies. Within the last 4 years, to the glory of God, our colleagues have been able to attract to this university over 19 billion naira. 19 billion naira. And this, I want to say, with humility and to the glory of God, in any universities in Nigeria now, University of Lagos is the only university that has been able to attract this amount of fund to the university. What is the resultant effect of this? The resultant effect is that many of our colleagues have gone through training at the local and international level without the university spending a kobo. Another effect is that we have new equipment in our laboratory. Apart from that, the principal investigators, they get their own support from these international grants. And we have been able to bring something on board now. It's not only that we get the grant, University is also able to get certain amount of money from the research grant where they are not asking for counterpart funding. There are some organizations that will ask for counterpart funding. It is not only academic staff that are being able to get research grants. Even non-teaching staff, they also key into this vision. Our main area of research is now relevant research that will have impact in the environment. Some of our colleagues, apart from those people who are working in geography, in social sciences, in science, in medicine, in law, the interesting thing about all this now is the collaboration within faculties. Unlike what we have in the past, that people are working in silos. Everybody will work in his office, do the research work in his office, print the journal in his office, publish it in his office, and when he becomes a professor, that is the end of that journal. But now, people are working together, networking together, law, working with somebody in social sciences, like the dean, like the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Development Services, got a research grant from Facebook about intelligent data issue, and with another person in another faculty, which in the past we don't have before. Somebody in engineering, like myself, a botanist, working with somebody in mechanical engineering concerning, I'm sure you know this plant, Patomo Okoyembo, the one that you will touch and will close. We look at why is it that the plant will just close like that. And somebody in engineering, we are able to extract some active ingredient from that, which the person used in his own department. So you can see the collaboration we have within faculties. Then, let me now go to the support that we have been able to get from the friends of the university. Alhaji Femi Okunu, Baba is almost 90 now, was the one that gave us the fund, over 100 million, for the vertical extension we have in the Faculty of Law. We have the Senate foyer. If you get to the Senate building now, the Senate foyer, the remodeling of that basement was done by Pastor Olukoya, who also happens to be a first-class alumnus of this university in the Department of Medical Microbiology. You remember Professor Ibidapobe, our late Professor Ibidapobe, with his influence and with the alumni, was able to get the yet-to-be-commissioned Zenith Bank building. When Professor Abbas was the president of the alumni, that was the time they attracted that support from the GT Bank to put up the structure that we have in the University of Lagos. Very recently, a young alumnus of the University of Lagos, that is Adegboyega Ige, was able to renovate and put some equipment in the Department of Civil Engineering, which was commissioned about a month ago. And by next week or upper week, I'll be inviting you for the commissioning of another program, another project, which is being sponsored by CMUL, also in the Faculty of Engineering, Department of Civil Engineering, Department of Electrical and Electronic Computer Science, Computer Engineering. This is being coordinated by Dr. Udiani. We have support from Sir Keshintin Adebutu, with also the support of the Pro-Chancellor, give us 200 million naira. And very soon, you will see the telemedicine booths on campus. Presently, they are bringing in 3 telemedicine booths. We are looking at the possibility of getting the 4th one. This was facilitated by the Pro-Chancellor, distinguished Senator, I've forgotten his name. Not only that, you remember the building going on, the animal building going on very close to this place. I was there this morning to look at the work going on there. It will cost over 1 billion naira. Initially, when Professor Ashiru during the time of Professor Leshi, went to meet Baba for support for the College of Medicine. He promised them 500 million naira. But when I went to meet with him, and I told him, I want you to do something for us in University of Lagos, he said he had already committed himself to a project in College of Medicine. I said, no problem. Since I am a Ijebu man, I know how to ask for more. I said, but if you are thinking of only one floor, because I have come, then add 2 more floors. And to the glory of God, I'm sure that project will cost over 1 billion naira. Work is in progress in that place. Also, the College of Medicine, they have benefited from this administration. College of Medicine. Very soon, the clinical science building will take off, and also the iconic building project will take off. And with the support of the council, and through the endowment, the fund that we have in the endowment, we thought that instead of rolling it over with the interest, there is need for us to approach endowment office. The interest that they are going to have for the year, about 500 million naira, we can use it to do some of the projects that we have in the university. And the Pro-Chancellor with the council kindly approved that, and we are going to see what we can do on that. I also want to say that with the support of the Pro-Chancellor, we are going to have additional building in the Moremi Hall. Moremi Hall, we have additional building where you have the bungalow, which presently is termite infested. We are going to demolish the bungalow and have additional building there. Education building is going on, and also Faculty of Science building, they will start very soon because of the terrain. They are going to start in the next 1 month. They are going to start work there. I also want to thank Professor Duro Oni. 10 years ago, or 11 years ago, we approached SNEPCO for a building. Professor Ayolabi, who is presently the Vice Chancellor of Mountain Top University. That was the time they demolished the red brick. How many of you remember the red brick where we normally eat? I'm sure, Pro-Chancellor, you didn't go to that place. But where you used to go, we are going to add additional building to that place. So the red brick was pulled down because of the SNEPCO project. For 10 years, we kept on following up. And to the glory of God, with the tenacity of Professor Duroni, always being in touch with them. They have started work there. They have started the piling of the work. The building that will come up, I think about 4 floors coming up there, opposite Faculty of Science. That will be the Center for Geosciences. And we are looking at the possibility, as my Lord liveth before whom I stand, that before I have 38 or 39 days left. But I know the scripture says that the glory of the latter days will be more than the former. I know that as my Lord liveth, I'm going to lay another foundation before I leave, by the grace of God, of another building. I don't know where it's going to be located. I don't know where it's going to be located, so that the deans here will not start pursuing me. We also have the alumni of the Faculty of Engineering. They are wonderful. Alumni of the Faculty of Engineering, they are doing very well, very well. If you go to the Faculty of Engineering, you see the vertical extension going on there. I want to say that I love those people. Why am I saying this? For people that knows me very well, I don't know how to hide my feelings. And I will say it the way it is. The Dean of the Faculty of Engineering wrote me that there is always a flood by the Faculty of Engineering, that university should sponsor the project so as to clear the drainage. And I called him, I said, who is supposed to come to who? I am a botanist. You are an engineer. Not only an engineer, a civil engineer. Am I not supposed to come to you and say, find solution concerning this? He did. So I kept quiet. So there was a day they invited me for a program. And I said it the way it is there. I told them that, look, if you call yourself engineers and you have this problem, and you expect a botanist to come and solve it for you, then it's better for you to give me your degree and let me give you my degree so that you will become a botanist, I will become an engineer. And I put them to task. Honestly speaking, before the end of that month, the Alumni Association of the Faculty of Engineering released funds to our colleagues in the Faculty of Engineering. And today, no matter the volume of rain, you will not see any flooding in that faculty. Not only that, they came up with the vertical extension. If you go to the Faculty of Engineering, you see the vertical extension work going on there. That's why I want to thank the foundation, vice chancellors, management of the university for the structure that they have put there. The structure they can still add additional floor. So if you go to Faculty of Engineering, you see the work going on in that place. So kudos to the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering. Now, let me now say, why do we have our eyes in the future? Why do we have our eyes concerning the next 50 years, 60 years about the University of Lagos? I want us to know that very soon we are going to have university without border. University without border. Whether you are studying medicine, you are studying engineering, you are studying law, you will find out that everybody will integrate together. And very soon, everyone will migrate towards distant learning, open distant learning program. Because in the world now, they now have hybrid of the online and physical platform of lecturing. Very soon in Nigeria too, our students will say, I want to do these courses online. I'm sorry, the Pro-Chancellor said something about that to me, that very soon our students will say, I want to do some courses online, and the result will be credited to the student account. Very soon, we are going to have that. We are going to have very soon what I will call high-tech software and gadgets. High-tech software and gadgets. So the University of Lagos must focus towards that direction. The incoming Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos must focus towards that direction. High-tech. High-tech is very expensive. And concerning even the gadget, very expensive. So there will be that need for us to know that that is the direction the universities are going in future. Not only that, the high-tech software, they are expensive too. They are very expensive. To the glory of God in University of Lagos, I don't want to say it, how much we pay to Zoom for us to have that Zoom license. And that is why every lecturer in the University of Lagos, they can put up their Zoom meeting without going through CITS. Once you have your own Unilag address, email address, you can just start your Zoom meeting, your Zoom lecture, and any lecture you want to give online without going through CITS. Very soon, in the next 50 years, we need to think about innovative education. Innovative education. The DVC said, DVC-DS, what I gave them was the act that set up the university. And I said, what people want to see is the picture. That will catch people's attention. Where we are going now is that our students, they want to listen to noise. And as they are listening to noise, they are reading and they are coming up with innovative ideas. They have let the time when Professor Inyoda, Professor Abbas, when they are in the university, that they would dip their legs in the bath in water so that they will not sleep. Now, these boys, what they want to do is to listen to music. And as they listen to music, they are coming up with innovative ideas to move the world forward. The University of the Future is a university that can connect with other universities like we have now. We have connection with Dundee University, Glasgow University. If not for this, the problem that we are facing. Some of our colleagues are supposed to be in the University of Glasgow now. And next month, some of our colleagues will be in University of Rwanda for this collaboration. CMU. Carnegie Mellon University. We have strong relationship with them, and we are attracting a lot of funds through that relationship to the university. So the university of 50 years, 60 years, 100 years is the university that will collaborate with other universities, in which somebody will be in the University of Arizona, do a course there, and you will credit that person in the University of Lagos concerning this subject or the course that he or she did in University of Arizona. You will be in Harvard, do a course in Harvard, and University of Lagos will credit that student for it. You will be in University of Lagos, do one course in University of Lagos, and University of Harvard will credit that university for it. University of Future, that is our University of Lagos, must now move from this level that God has used us to create, the foundation of the 12th Vice Chancellor. 12th is about foundation. And that was why I like what Professor Adebamawa said through the scripture. It is now the set time for the glory of University of Lagos to be seen all over the world. Presently, we have our alumni all over the world doing very well, all over the world, in the area of academics, in the area of research, in the business world, in the political space, like the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the Speaker of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, House of Representatives, that I want to acknowledge specifically, and that is Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. When you are approaching University of Lagos, you see the construction work going on. That hostel for 460 bed spaces was attracted by Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila to the university. Also, in the spiritual space, just like it was said yesterday, we have people like Pastor Adeboye, Olukoya. All of them, they went through the University of Lagos. University of Lagos is a brand. University of Lagos is really the university of first choice and the nation's pride. If you look at the number of students, the best 10 highest scoring students in JAMB, you know how many of them applied to the University of Lagos? At least 3 of them. The highest scorer applied to the University of Lagos. The highest scorer last year applied to the University of Lagos. So this university, your alma mater that you went through, is still university of first choice and the nation's pride. The university of the future that I see, I know that before I departed this world at the age of 90 plus, I'm going to see the University of Lagos that will be able to compete with other universities. And the other universities will come to the University of Lagos that we want to partner with you. We want to thank the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Buhari, for his support that we have gotten concerning the University of Lagos. We want to thank the Minister of Education, Malam Adamu Adamu. We want to thank the ES of NUC, Professor Rashid MNI, for the support that we have gotten so far. And something unique is happening in this university, which no university in Africa can talk about. We are having a company, we are in collaboration with a company, Nord Automobile, that will start assembling cars on campus. So that will be another area of research and development for the University of Lagos. That will be the first time that we are having something like that in any university in Africa. And we are praying that before the end of this month, it will be commissioned to the glory of God and benefit of mankind. This is University of Lagos. We are the environment, not only the environment, the educational activities will definitely transform. I want to say that with this is my first speech concerning my exit as the representative of God, as the Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos. Before I round up, for the past heroes, for the past generals, for the past students that have passed through this university but now are dead, I want us to have 1 minute silence to honor these great people. May the souls of the departed rest in perfect peace. On that note, I want to say, great Akokite. Great Akokite. Greatest of the greatest of the greatest Akokite. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you. Once again, can we put our hands together for the Vice Chancellor? I'm sure the Vice Chancellor had a lot more to say about the University of Lagos, but because of time, he had to reduce it. Once again, we appreciate you and we celebrate you, Professor Oluwatoyin Temitayo Oguntekpe, FAS. Can we give him another applause, please? I'd like to confirm to everyone, in the last 30 minutes thereabouts, we have about 1,216 watching online. That is absolutely incredible. Well done, come on. And one of the messages I got online is to the Pro-Chancellor. Pro-Chancellor, sir, I'd like to read out the message from Mr. Matthew Adekunle. It says, congratulations, Pro-Chancellor. We celebrate with you and the University of Lagos. We hope you'll be around when the students resume to continue the celebration. That message is for you, Pro-Chancellor. And that will bring me to the Pro-Chancellor again. There was a celebration in Unijos. I took permission from the management before leaving Unilag, and they said to me, I can go. So, Pro-Chancellor, don't think I broke the law. They are here, they can bear me witness. In Unijos, the Pro-Chancellor, a function, they were celebrating their anniversary. He called me and said, Master of Ceremony, you're doing so well. I mean, your personality. And he gave me 300,000 naira. Another celebration in Uniben, 6 months ago, the Pro-Chancellor, dressed the way you dress like this, sir. White Agbada called me and said, Master of Ceremony, I just like you, I don't know, send me your account number, I don't have cash here. He sent me 500,000, $500,000. Another one that I did just 2 weeks ago in UI, another celebration. The Pro-Chancellor called me and said, Lamu, send me your account number. You see, Pro-Chancellor, I know you will do better than those people before you leave here today. Can I have it?
Thank God you are helping the federal government. Yeah. So no more salaries for you.
Thank you. Moving on, a lot was said about distinguished Professor Olaide Abbas, former Dean Science, former DVC, who studied mathematics in Unilag between 64 and 67. I recognize your presence once again. Professor Inyoda, amongst the first set from 62 to 65, former Dean Business Administration, I recognize your presence again. Another man here that was celebrated, when the VC was speaking, he has worked with different vice chancellors. He was 14-year-old when he was employed into the University of Lagos. Ladies and gentlemen, at that time, we had J.F. Ade Ajayi as the vice chancellor. His imprint in the art in Nigeria is indelible, a fellow of Nigeria Academy of Letters, a man who was part of those that proposed the Department of Creative Arts. One of those that I sell, an octopus. I recognize your presence once again, Professor Duro Oni. Can we put our hands together for him? 24. Oh, 24. Oh, yeah, 24. I recognize your presence once again. Moving on. It is time for... Okay, can we move this to the left-hand side, please? Okay, so moving on. It is time for spoken words. And the students from Creative Arts and Mass Communication, are you ready? Can we have you on stage for spoken words, please? Distinguished guests, can we put our hands together for them? They'll do that for a few minutes.
Bàtà rẹ̀ àdúkòkòkà tí ó bá kàwé rẹ̀. Bàtà rẹ̀ àdúkòkòkà. Bàtà rẹ̀ àdúkòkòkà. Here is an example of little beginnings creating history. From 1962, cradling dreams from its crawling till it grows to becoming a monumental entity and evidence of potential possibilities. I stand to bear witness to generations that have walked through our grounds. Not 20, not 30, but 60 years of excellence. 60 years of bridging the gap between longing and realization of a better future through education. We stare down limitations, fluent in the language called greatness, no rivalry, no competitions. We are the potters that mold the goals of both young and old. The ones who are willing to grow, not accepting defeat, but like phoenix rising, unrelenting. We are the talking drums of victory. We move our feet to its rhythm. We are the strings of hope to many heartbeats, the ones who show the connection between unity and diversity. We are the kings and queens of inspiration, dancing to the melodies of achieved aspirations. Utilizing talent and creative thinking, we wear our crown with head held proudly. We are fire, burning off mediocrity, illuminating the path to passion's purpose. We are the prophecy called light. You see, these aren't just words or metaphors, because we are lions. We roar louder, the best, the first. Greatest Akokite. Greatest Akokite. Greatest of the greatest Akokite. We are the diamonds in the sum. And you see, when stumbling blocks come our way, we rise and we rise and we rise again, because we know that we would never fail. We are the University of Lagos. Happy anniversary. Thank you.
Well done. We're proud of you.
That he provided to the botany department. And what also bothered me is how he was able to motivate our colleagues in the botany department to the point now that botany is now one of the a competent area of excellence in the University of Lagos. I can confirm that so many research grants have been won. In fact, if you look at the crown of the University of Lagos, we see botany department shining. It's one of the stars in the right. One of the episodes, I'm happy for today, Mr. Pro-Chancellor, that the alumni joined hands together to resist the attempt to change the name of the university. Why did we resist the attempt? Because we believed it is the only thing that is dead and sweet is the past. We didn't want our past to be lost. We wouldn't have the University of Lagos to celebrate if they had succeeded in changing our name to what? So it would have been a distorted story. That was why we resisted, and all the people here supported us. But what is much more our dear friend, Dr. Professor Ogundipe, have been able to add value to the university through his passion for academics. I can confirm that a lot of grants has been won in the botany department. International visibility has come to the university. I can testify to that. And through that, we are bringing more funds. I can continue and continue on what I know of what has been of that regime. Of course, we don't want to talk about the person we've inherited in land most of districts from, our late brother, ABS Shofolue of blessed memory. I'm sad that two of the people that I worked very hard with today are not here. Professor Bidakobe. He was with me at the University of Waterloo, and he arranged my wedding. When I finished in 1973, February, I didn't have money to come home. And I said, oh yeah, I will go and work in Montreal. You take care. I will raise money for my wedding. And he arranged the wedding. These are some of the reminiscences that I like. I'm sorry, we will have had more time. In the 20th, we celebrated the 25th anniversary of the University of Lagos with a football match. And I was looking at the picture just before I came here. With me in that picture was Mr. Kayode Anjorin, the first president of the Alumni Association. He's dead now. Late Justice Murio Kola was with me when we played that match. He's dead now. May their souls rest in peace. Just like Professor Akeju, we all played this match together. They're all dead. May their souls rest in peace. I think we like to share the future the Vice Chancellor has painted, but we continue to work hard. But as you're stepping out, may the grace of the God lead you to higher places. Thank you very much.
Once again, let's put our hands together for Professor Olaide Abbas. Distinguished. Thank you. Up next, I'd like to invite one of the first set between 62 and 65. Professor Inyoda, Professor Lakunle Inyoda.
The Pro-Chancellor, the Vice-Chancellor, Deputy Vice-Chancellors, the Registrar, the Bursar, and all the principal officers of the university, distinguished members of council here present, deans, and all other distinguished staff of the University of Lagos. First, I count it a privilege to be here on the 60th anniversary of the University of Lagos. And I must congratulate the current administration of the university for the tremendous steps and progress that the university has made. I heard that the student population of the university is now 62,000. I just cannot imagine what a 62,000 student population is, and to be able to keep them at peace when it was even difficult to keep the 150 odd students in 1965 at peace. So I must say congratulations, and we wish you continued God's guidance and blessings. It is quite astounding to hear the Vice Chancellor talk about the research grants and the researches that have been done in this university. What makes a university is not the bricks and the mortar. It is the output of students and the output of research and contribution to knowledge. And we are proud that you sitting here have really elevated the name of the University of Lagos globally in terms of the research and publications and research funds that are attracted to the university. The university was designed to be originally a non-resident university. The Vice Chancellor was to live in Alagma Close in Ikoyi, and he was to commute to Akoka, which was the permanent campus, by boat. And students were supposed to, there was no plan in the University of Lagos to have residential students. Students were to live in the city, and so it was supposed to be an urban university. But with time and experience and the local knowledge of the implementation committee of the university, apart from the Eric Ashby Commission, they changed that pattern, and that is how the university has evolved. And the first set of students, as Professor Laide Abbas has said, lived in a newly completed hall built for Baptist Academy, which you all know in, what do you call that place, near Obanikoro. And some of the students were living in Bangbokpa Hostel. And we used to be commuted by bus. There were these Volkswagen 10-seater buses all around, and they would take us from Obanikoro Baptist Academy to Idiaraba here in the Great Hall, where we had all our lectures, and the library was also located here. And every hour, after about, I think, 10 o'clock, every hour on the hour, there are buses coming from Obanikoro to the campus here and moving from here back to Obanikoro. We will have our breakfast at Baptist Academy, our lunch in Idiaraba, and our dinner in Obanikoro. And the funny thing is that if you wanted to stay in the library and work till about 10 p.m., you could send a note to the catering officers, and they will reserve your food preserved in the food warmer with all the privileges. And with time, the students, you know, they love to have a lot of fun. With time, some students, I think led by the law students, you know, they decided to break the law. And then they decided that any food not eaten by 10 o'clock has now become public property and can be consumed by any legitimate student of the university. And they did that for quite some time. And people then, of course, now created a little bit of challenge to this. One funny thing about the university that I remember, the day we matriculated, it was such a novel idea in the university in Lagos. And people wore their academic gowns all over the town, on the buses, the LMTS buses, because they felt that it was such a big deal. And they, you know, celebrated in a way that everybody knew that there were about just 100 students in the university. That is the Faculty of Law and the Faculty of Business Administration. as Professor Laide Abbas has said, medicine started a little bit differently as an autonomous university, degree awarding institution under the Ministry of Health. It was later that the decree now merged the College of Medicine with the University of Lagos. And in the second year, we all lived in what is now the College of Education. At that time, it was known as the Advanced Teachers Training College, ATTC. And they accommodated us for the second year and part of the third year until the crisis broke out in 1965. That crisis almost totally destroyed the University of Lagos. It was a crisis that perhaps was unnecessary, but the way things are, with politics intruding into all things, it never makes a good omen for the university. Thank God that due to the benevolence of the government and all that, that crisis was ultimately resolved. And I could remember that it was just about that site there that the second chancellor, the vice chancellor, Professor Saburi Biobaku, was stabbed after delivering his maiden speech to the University of Lagos, and as he moved out in procession and was still in his academic gown, that a second-year student of law stabbed him on the side, and he was rushed to the hospital. And that led to the crisis that went on for some time, and we had to be suspended, and the university was closed down. And those of us who had to graduate in June 1965 could not do so. We were sent home, and we were not recalled until, I think, October 1965, and we now wrote our final examinations at the end of November 1965, and we graduated. It is very much pleasing to note that the University of Lagos alumni have made wide strides in their various professions. In the area of business, we have had many of our alumni who are the chief executives of the blue chip companies of this country, the Lever Brothers and such other companies. They have become MD, Folusho Giwa, who was in the second set, people like this guy who pioneered security company in Nigeria. I can't remember the name now. Victor Vani, yes, and so on. And in law, one of the first set of law rose to become a justice of the Supreme Court, the late Mr. Laiwola Aderemi, who retired as a justice of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. And in the various other sectors, I was expecting to have Professor Majekodumi here, who attended as Miss Shola Sholari as one of the first set of medicine. And then you have such other distinguished alumni as Sani Kuku, as Michael Olawale Cole, as, many others who are distinguished in their various callings. I think it is a pride that the University of Lagos has risen to become the nation's pride and the university of first choice. we have always said that, in my time, we used to say that not necessarily the first, but the best. And I must therefore thank all the staff, both academic and non-academic, who have kept the boat of the university afloat and have in fact protruded it into the trajectory of the first-class universities and a budding global university. And in the choice of the next Vice-Chancellor, who will be the 13th Vice-Chancellor, as the Pro-Chancellor has said, we wish that it will be God's choice and that he will be that person who will continue to lead this university to the promised land. I thank you for this invitation and the privilege to say a word. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Inyoda. We appreciate the kind words from you. Quickly, I'd like to recognize the Deputy Provost, Professor O.A.T. Ebohi. Please, can we put our hands together? The College Secretary, Dr. Bafemi Moses, Director of Finance, College of Medicine, Dr. S.A. Akiade, the Acting Librarian, Dr. Okachi, Director Engineering Services, Engineer O. Oloyede. We appreciate everyone. Can we put our hands together for the team from College of Medicine? Thank you. We'll now move to the next, which is felicitations. Faculty felicitations, yes. Presentation by the deans of various faculties. They will come on stage to have an handshake with the Pro-Chancellor and the Vice-Chancellor. Once I call the dean, please kindly come on stage to have an handshake with the Pro-Chancellor and the Vice-Chancellor as well.
To go. I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. Yes, I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way
Thank
to
you.
go?
Thank you. Thank you. This is the way to go. Thank you. The first dean I'd like to bring on stage, a man that I've known for over 15 years of my life, is the dean of all deans, and we love the same brand. We support the same football club. The kind of drink that I take is the kind of drink that it takes. We exercise the same day, the same hour during the weekend. We attend the same church. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Professor Shoneye, the Dean of Deans. The next will be the dean from the faculty where I had my first degree, the best faculty in the University of Lagos, Professor Olufunke Adeboye, the Dean of Arts. Can we put our hands together for her, please?
Stand in the rain as the clouds go gray. On the rose and the earth sings. The season's just beginning. The sunlight it hides as the clouds make way.
Congratulations. The next will be the Dean Basic Medical Sciences. The Dean Basic Medical Sciences, Professor Yemi Akinloye. Can we put our hands together, please? The Dean Basic Medical Sciences, Professor Yemi Akinloye. The next will be the Dean of Clinical Sciences, Professor Akinshola. Let's welcome Professor Akinshola, the Dean, Clinical Sciences, University of Lagos. He is the acting dean, Professor Gini. Thank you. The next will be the Dean Dentistry, Professor Da Costa. Let's welcome Professor Da Costa, the Dean Dentistry. You're welcome, man. Immediately after that, we'll have the next Dean, Professor Da Costa. You're welcome. The Dean of Education, Professor Monday Obaha. Please, let's welcome Professor Monday. Not here, all right? Okay. Professor Udiani is representing. Thank you. The next will be the Dean of Engineering, Professor Obani Shola Sadiq. Salaam alaikum. Beautiful. Oh, praise the Lord. Thank you. The next will be the Dean, Environmental Sciences, Professor Modukwe Omeri. Let's welcome Professor Modukwe Omeri. Is Prof here? Okay, not here. The next will be the Dean, Faculty of Pharmacy, Professor Aderonke Adepoju Bello. Professor Aderonke Adepoju Bello. Dean, Faculty of Pharmacy. The next will be the Dean, Faculty of Science, Professor Elijah Oyeyemi. All right, moving on. I'd like to invite the Dean, Social Sciences, Professor Bameke. Please, let's welcome Professor Bameke, the Dean, Social Sciences.
Turn your lights down low and pull your window curtain. Oh, let your moon come shining in.
All right, before I continue, please, can I have one of the ushers on stage kindly remove, yes, I'm not done, I will call others shortly. Kindly remove the microphones beside the Pro-Chancellor and the Vice-Chancellor, please. I'd like to invite the Dean, Faculty of Law, Professor Bolode Oku. Let's welcome the Dean, Faculty of Law, represented by the DVC. We know that's your faculty. Faculty of Law, one of those faculties.
Come on.
I'd now like to invite the Dean, Management Sciences, Professor Oyatoye. Let's welcome the Dean, Management Sciences, Professor Oyatoye. I'd now like to invite all the deans to the stage to have a group photograph with the Pro-Chancellor and the Vice-Chancellor. All the deans of different faculties in the University of Lagos. Can we put our hands together for all our amiable and hardworking deans. Well done. Dean of Science. I called Dean of Science. Oh, Dean of Student Affairs. Professor Obalola, the king of boys, king of students. Dean of Student Affairs. After individual photographs, we now have group photographs, please. Photographer, make sure you capture everyone on stage. Congratulations, Deans, thank you. Well done, well done, well done, thank you. We're gradually coming to the end of the function today. For all those still watching online, we recognize you, we appreciate you as well. Moving on, I would like to invite young faculty members to give their vision for Unilag at 100. Can we welcome the youngest faculty members in the University of Lagos? Can we put our hands together for them, please? 3 of them to be precise. Wonderful. It's good to have you during the 60th celebration. The vision for Unilag at 100. Thank you.
Our eminent Pro-Chancellor, our amiable Vice-Chancellor, members of the University Governing Council, members of the University of Lagos Management, distinguished guests. My name is Ebenezer Ishola of the Department of Political Science, Faculty of Social Sciences, University of Lagos. I'm here with my colleagues to talk about our vision for the University of Lagos in the next 40 years. We are the young faculty. Some of us reside on campus, we live in the university community. We have also gone through the University of Lagos for undergraduate studies. We are currently on the postgraduate program at the University of Lagos. We are on the PhD program. We are in great awe of the feats the University of Lagos staff and students have accomplished in the past 60 years. And we are here to talk about what we envision for Unilag in the next 40 years when the university will be marking 100 years. We are confident that the University of Lagos can achieve a lot more in learning and research, in research and innovation, as well as in influencing the society. At this point, I'd like to yield the mic to my colleague, Anthony, to detail our vision for the University of Lagos for the next 40 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All protocols been observed. Now, our visions will be subdivided into 3 categories. Number 1, in learning and research. Number 2, in research and innovation. And number 3, to the society in general. Now, the first vision in learning and research is we see a Unilag that recognizes the students as the heart of the university, that encourages active engagement and develops in them an understanding of their own activity as learners. We see a Unilag at 100 that is grounded in the social nature of learning and actively encourages well-organized cooperative learning. We'll see a Unilag where the ratio of students to lecturer is 15:1 and has a learning environment where students feel confident, secure, and have a sense of belonging. We'll see a Unilag where artificial intelligence technologies such as Internet of Things, perception technology, video recording technology, image record technology, platform acquisition technology, call signal systems, digital cameras and recording equipment, multiple student-controlled interactive whiteboards or touchscreen televisions, wireless internet, virtual reality technologies, educational management softwares are integrated into the learning of classrooms and are readily available. We'll see a Unilag as a destination of indigenous and African studies where the learning professionals bring original African context into learning, a university leading in decolonizing learning. And in research and innovation, we'll see a Unilag where a variety of funding sources are provided through research programs for students conducting independent research in collaboration with faculty mentors. We'll see a Unilag that is taking the lead in cancer, green research, and climate change researches for Nigeria and Africa. We'll see a Unilag where the swampy areas are protected, further encouragement of biodiversity in our environment, making them spaces where humans can interact with nature. We'll see a Unilag that is being free from carbon-free zones where there are no cars emitting carbons, but only self-driven electronic cars. We see a Unilag being the destination for innovation in healthcare, such as the next generation sequencing, 3D printed devices, immunotherapy, artificial intelligence, points of care, diagnostics, virtual reality, by sensors and trackers, convenient care, and telehealth ECT. We see a Unilag where brain drain will be eliminated, where academics is exciting and attractive for future learning, and curb the normal syndrome, what we call the JACPA syndrome. We see a Unilag where there will be major contributions in technology advancements in Nigeria, and our professionals and learners are producing researches that will be used in solving global, local problems in the society and nation at large. In the society, we see a Unilag that continues to give back to the society. We'll see a Unilag that is leading in innovation in production, biodegradable materials, waste management, and circular economy. We'll see a Unilag that has its alumni leading in different areas of their endeavors, developing great skills that have learned across in Africa. And lastly, we see a Unilag where the gap between the classroom and the industry experiences will be bridged, where top players in various fields of endeavors would have opportunities to be able to interact with their students while in school, exposing them to the industry and on-field knowledge that will make them very juicy in the job market. These are visions for Unilag at 100. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Overall, the vision that we have for University of Lagos in the next 40 years, what my colleagues have said so far, they're simply telling you that we want to see Unilag at 100, still setting the standard for university education in Nigeria, in Africa. We want to set the standard for environmental management, trade and finance, medical sciences, indigenous studies, arts, resilience planning, political and economic development, technological education, social sciences. We still want to see Unilag where the learners and professionals are leading groundbreaking research, medical breakthroughs, scientific discoveries, technological advances, revolutionary ideas, and powerful frameworks that are transforming Nigerian and African societies. But most importantly, in the next 40 years, we see a sustainable Unilag where our past will merge with our future to build a better Unilag, where our landmark structures like our Senate building, council chambers, the lagoon front will still be there and sustained for our future generations to meet and improved on for future generations to come. This is the future of Unilag we see in the next 40 years, the Unilag of our dreams, the Unilag and our Unilag at 100. We're here for this Unilag. We are here for the future, just like every one of us seated here today. And we want to say thank you for listening to our vision. We hope that in the next 40 years, you'll be here again to celebrate Unilag at 100 and setting the pace for the future as well. And the team that has put this together, I just want to acknowledge this wonderful team, Oyenuga Olamilekan Benga from the Department of Business Administration, Ebenezer Ishola from the Department of Political Sciences, Inzegu Anthony Unduka from the Department of Business Administration, myself, Damilola Odekunle from the Department of Urban and Regional Planning, Faculty of Environmental Sciences. And we coordinated all of this with the help of Professor Bolajoko Dixkin Ogbechi from the Faculty of Management Sciences. Thank you. We hope in the next 40 years, we'll be here again to celebrate with you. Thank you.
Before you go, wait. It's okay. Pro-Chancellor. Sir? Provost. It is well. They are in their 30s. Some of them are below 30, so truly they are the eyes of the future. They will be here when we'll be celebrating 100. But you failed to do something. When I was going to hand over the mic to Professor Inyodan, Professor Abbas, you saw what I did. When I was in Unilag, some of you were not born. So you give me the mic and then I'm your senior. All right, with the permission of the Pro-Chancellor and the Vice-Chancellor, we have a beautiful cake at the back there, and it will not be nice for us not to have the cutting of the cake. Ushers, please, can you bring it forward? Can you bring it?
When we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Please, the cutting of the cake will go in this format. The principal officers will do the cutting of the cake. Photographers, we're not going to take pictures until we're done with the function. We love to do things in an organized manner in Unilag. So after the principal officers are done cutting the cake, much later, after the closing prayers, we'll now take photographs with the cake. I hope that is fine. I'd like to invite the Pro-Chancellor and the principal officers to kindly come down to do the cutting of the cake, please. Management of the University of Lagos, or do you think we should bring it up here? Ushers, I think you should come up to have a better view. Can this come up, please? To have a better view with the background, please. Two of you can carry the cake, and somebody should bring this. Yeah.
When we heed a certain call,
somebody else should carry the glass.
Must come together as one.
Then somebody should bring that. Yeah.
There are people dying.
Professor Lady Abbas, Professor in your dad place, and the former registrar. Oluwarotimi Shodimu Esquire, please.
How is the audio, Marley?
Former Provost College of Medicine, who are here. Chief Adindu, council members. Is Professor Leshi here? You know I have the microphone. Shodimu, please come to this side. We are, Pro-Chancellor said you should cross, but don't cross the border. Any other former Provost College of Medicine? Majo Jabo, be careful, oh. Liquid content only.
To life, the greatest gift of all.
Oh, we can go on pretending day by day
That someone, somewhere will soon make a change.
So we want to invite Professor Iyoda to do the cutting of the cake.
And the truth, you know, love is all we need.
Okay. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I think the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council, who I think the Master of Ceremonies has awarded another title as Professor Prince Dr. Senator Lanre Tejosho would lead the cutting of the cake, joined by our distinguished Vice Chancellor, Professor Tony Ogundipe, and the Deputy Vice Chancellors would, of course, also put their hands on the surgical hands of the Pro-Chancellor. Yes. And may I invite Professor Laide Abbas to also join, and the registrar, representing the administration, and as somebody has put it, the factotum of the university. Great Akokite. I think on the spelling of Unilag, they will cut the cake. And so, may I have a U? U. N? N. I? L? L. A? G? Thank you very much. Thank you, and congratulations.
Invite the deans and directors quickly, please. Deans and directors. Professor Yoda, please, with the deans and directors.
Live at the School of Medicine at Idiaraba. We're celebrating the University of Lagos at 60. Well, I know you guys will be wondering, why Idiaraba? Why not the main campus at Akoka? Now, it will interest you to know that the University of Lagos started right here at Idiaraba. School of Medicine, of course. Yes, I said the School of Medicine. So we've been having a whole lot going on in the hall, and right now they're taking the vote of thanks. We've had the set of 1990s, we've had the set of 1970s, we've had the set of 1965 actually grace that occasion, and very soon we will be having them right here to talk to them how their experiences have been, what is the difference between the school of the university of their set and right now. So guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be going right back into the hall. Of course, let's go take a good look at what's happening. We'll be right back.
College secretary. College accountant.
There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's you who make a better day. Just you and me. Hey, hey, hey. When you're down and out and there seems no hope at all, but if we just believe, there's no way we can fall. Well, let's realize, oh, that change can only come when we stand together as one.
Of department. Heads of department. Heads of department who are here. Heads of department. Heads of department, please.
Yeah, Sound Sultan and Janinja. Kenneth, you know what they do. This one of all my brothers, we don't go outside Nigeria, we don't jack more for Nigeria. Always try to look back, cause no place like home, you know what I mean? So Obama tell me, see, and
members of Senate who are not deans, who are not head of department. Members of Senate, professors who are not deans, who are not directors, who are not deputy provost, only professors who don't have any administrative. Professor Chimdi, I can see Professor Chimdi. Oh, it's a director, all right. Council members, please.
How I wish, say, I fit reach you anywhere you day.
Council members.
Far away, that one no say make you the bone area, oh. Motherland, yo. Chinedu somebody borrow you a go. Make you travel go Chicago. Remember Nnamdi selling car, so you go America. All these people when they raise you, still they stay for face me I face you. Promise say you no go fashy them. Every other month you go they tashy them. Hillary, where you been promised to marry, still they wait till boy she don't tarry. When she see you now inside ovation, you marry Oyinbo from another nation. Use mago get dough. Then your Oyinbo wife don't know. Next thing you know, she don't go report you. Waiting you know, they don't deport you. I wish, say.
Deputy Registrar, Deputy Bossa, PAR, who are here, please?
I feel to reach you anywhere you day.
Deputy Registrar, Deputy Bossa,
Far away.
PAR, Chief Accountant. Deputy Registrar, Deputy Bossa, Deputy Liberian, Deputy Nigerian, PAR, SAR, who are here, Chief Accountant, and equivalent. Subdeans of various faculties. Women's Society should be getting ready. Women's Society, the CSO and his senior people should be getting ready.
For one cause, we're determined to rebuild and restore. Where freedom rise and truth prevails. Our land, where there's hope for us all. Our land, where there's hope for us all. We'll defend our land.
CSO and his team, quickly. Not everybody, just the senior people. 60th Anniversary Planning Committee after the security, please. How did you hear about security people? Anniversary Planning Committee.
Different tones, we're united in our strength and resolve.
60th Anniversary Planning Committee, please.
To uphold the honor
lecturers. Are they around? Unilag at 100 lecturers. Students that are around. Students that are around. Students that are around. And the student from the Department of Creative Arts that made that wonderful presentation. The students that are around, ushers, they are students. Where are they?
I believe, and I know you do too,
Union leaders that are around. Alumni, executive that are around after the union leaders. Alumni executives at the national and state level.
We are the future.
Alumni.
We are the dream. We are the
Executives that
nation.
are
We
around
are part of this.
at the national and state level.
Yes, we are so amazing. That's the least we shall be. At the heart of the nation, changing history. How can they say that we are finished? We have just begun. When we have nowhere else to run to, we have nowhere else to go. So get out of the way of the land of our dreams. We are the nation, we are part of this. Oh, oh. We are the nation, we are part of this. Whoa.
I hope you have been able to
Carry
cover.
the sound. The future is here.
Thank you. The students, please.
Goodbye yesterday, tomorrow is now for the taking. The future is here.
With the Dean of Student
The future
Affairs
is here.
and the Deputy Dean, Student
The
Affairs.
future.
Quickly, please.
I am the nation. I am part of this. Yes, I am so amazing. That's the least I shall be. The least I shall be. At the heart of the nation, changing history. How can they say that we are finished? We have just begun. When we have nowhere else to run. Nowhere else to run to. Nowhere else to go. Hey. Oh, I am the nation. I am part of this. So get out of the way of the land of my dreams. I am
Thank
the
you.
nation, I am part of it.
Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Professor Abbas, thank you. Professor Nyoda, thank you. Ushers, the two gentlemen at the back, kindly come. Let's move the podium back to the middle. Let's move this back to the middle. We'll take, okay, after the podium, please, we can remove the cake. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Thank you. Take the cake as well, we can take it down. Just take the cake. Okay, that's fine. Okay, take it back. No, take the glass alone first. You want me to help you? Ah. Another person, please. Ushers. We have a lot of people watching this online, so we cannot afford to have a busy stage. That is why we're doing the clearing immediately. We're gradually coming to the end. I'd like to invite the Provost College of Medicine for the vote of thanks, please. Professor, okay, let's put our hands together for the Provost College of Medicine.
Pro-Chancellor, sir, on your request, I have asked an orthopedic surgeon to examine the left leg of our MC, and they have found that he has a compound communicated fracture, and an ambulance is waiting outside to take him to the theater.
Pro-Chancellor, sir, I think money will do the treatment.
The Pro-Chancellor, Senator Dr. Prince Lanre Tejuosho, we have accepted the professor. Perhaps we should also accept the general aspects. So it will become Senator Dr. Prince, Dr. Professor Field Marshal Lanre Tejuosho, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Oluwatoyin Oguntipe FAS, all past Vice Chancellors and DVCs online, the Deputy Vice Chancellors, all council members, members of management, deans and directors, members of Senate of Unilag, Chairperson, Management Board, Women Society, my Lord Spiritual and Temporal, captains of industries, all members of staff of the university, both teaching and not teaching, gentlemen of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I want to appreciate God for the opportunity given to us to witness the 60th anniversary of the establishment of this great university. You'll agree with me that the visions of our founding fathers of these universities were very clear. On behalf of the Pro-Chancellor, the Vice-Chancellor, and the entire management and staff, I want to specially appreciate you all for sharing in our joy as a citadel of learning, which prides itself as the best research-driven university in this country. I also thank all well-meaning Nigerians and friends, including alumni members, both within and in the diaspora, for always heeding to our clarion calls for support in order to maintain our infrastructure and improve on learning. Our students, you are not forgotten. Your roles in keeping to laid down rules are commendable. Gentlemen of the press and other stakeholders, I salute you all. We believe you will continue to showcase all the giant strides of these university records regularly in the areas of research, development, and externalization in positive light. Once more, we thank you all for your time and love for our university, the university of first choice and the nation's pride. Evidently, our university has 60 reasons to celebrate, and all of you who have graced this event off-site and on-site today are part of these reasons. Thank you all, and I wish you journey messages back to your various destinations.
Thank you, Provost College of Medicine. I've just been told by my lawyer that is something, I had to call my lawyer immediately. That is something we call occupier's liability. Yes, so get ready for that, Provost College of Medicine. But before we continue, I want you all to help me thank the Pro-Chancellor, University of Lagos. He said something to my ears, and I'm going to obey what he has asked me to do. Pro-Chancellor, God bless you, sir. I appreciate you a whole lot. Me on a wine tea. It will go a long way, trust me. It is well. Moving on, we need to end with God. We started with the Almighty, and we need to end with the Almighty as well. You would agree with me, it's been a great function. Once again, to all those who are watching online, we appreciate you and we love you. I'd like to invite Professor Obalola to give us the closing prayers, please. Let's put our hands together for Professor Obalola, please. The Dean, Student Affairs. Salaam alaikum.
Well, we started with, I don't know what I can call it, maybe an inspirational song by Professor Adibamo. Maybe we should also end it too by starting with a song. But I'm aware that I'm not likely going to have many people to sing it along with me. So it goes this way. Ọpẹ́ mi kò lópin lọ́dọ̀ rẹ Ọlọ́run. Ọpẹ́ mi kò lópin lọ́dọ̀ rẹ Ọlọ́run. Oore tó ṣe fún mi o, mo dúpẹ́. Àtèyí tí mo tún retí o, màá dúpẹ́. Dákun gbọ́ ọpẹ́ mi Rabbi Ọlọ́run. You see, the greatest thing a believer can say is to say thank God. When you appreciate God, God will do more. So alhamdulillah alladhi lam yattakhidh waladan wa lam yakul lahu sharikun fil mulk wa lam yakul lahu waliyyun min adh-dhull wa kabiruhu takbira. We give thanks to Almighty God, the creator, the fashioner, the designer, the architect, the sustainer of the world and the entire universe, for the gift of life, for the assistance of University of Lagos, from where we started from and from where we are today. We give glories to God. We pray that He accepts our glorification and He accepts our prayer. We are praying that God will continue to guide our leaders aright, those who have been steering the ship of Unilag, that it will continue to sail towards outstanding success. Yes, we are celebrating what we have accomplished. We are bestowing God to continue to do more for us, to keep us alive, to give us good health, and to preserve all that we have been able to achieve in the course of many years. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in, Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, sirata alladhina ni'amta alayhim, ghayri al-maghdubi alayhim wa lad-dallin. Oh Allah, we seek for your goodness in this world. We are also seeking for your goodness in the hereafter, and we are praying that you protect us from the torment of hellfire. Amen.
Thank you. We'll take the Unilag anthem, after that the national anthem, and then we close. Shall we rise for the Unilag anthem, please? Multimedia, over to you.
Citadel of learning, my daughter.
the national anthem. Thank you, congratulations, and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you. Exhibition opens at 3 p.m. Shofoluwe Park, please take note. Exhibition at Shofoluwe Park for 3 p.m. Kindly take note. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Guys, so that was actually the whole event at the hall this afternoon. Like I said before I went on break, we'll be doing our meet and greet session, yes, with some of the old boys of the university. Now we have the set of the 1990s, we have the set of the 1970s, the set of the 1960s as well, and of course the 1950s. So guys, we'll be having our very first alumni. You'll be surprised, guys. Welcome, sir. All right, sir. So we have, no, let me not even be the one to even introduce. Let him be the one to do the introduction himself. So, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So, sir, can we meet you?
Well, I'm the Pro-Chancellor of University of First Choice, University of Lagos. I'm a medical practitioner. Dr. Olanrewaju Tejushu is Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
All right. We understand that you are actually an alumni of the university. Is that correct?
Well, I started my primary nursery school in the University of Lagos, so at the age of 4. So I've lived all my life, my educational life, in the University of Lagos, a staff school, and there was no secondary school then. I would have gone to the international school, but I came back to maybe Unilag mainland for my prelim, and then University of Lagos, Diaraba College of Medicine for my medicine, where I qualified as a medical doctor. And I also had my 1-year house fellowship, house job at Luth. So I would say all my life, University of Lagos.
So you are indeed an old boy of the university.
Yes, very old boy. And I refer to myself as the field marshal in the council today because I passed through every aspect of University of Lagos.
Okay, you said something in your speech. You said when you got to Idiaraba, you were actually looking for your classroom.
Yes, when I came for this event,
yes,
I was carried away. I thought I was going to my classroom. So I was a bit late for the event.
What exactly do you miss?
What do I miss?